Hello, my name is Shelley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as USA. Now it's the United Syndicates of America, admittedly. We did manage to get the Council Republic last time. And I do actually wonder, so currently the government is the farmers and the trade unionists. I wonder if we can change the economic system to, okay, cooperative ownership, it would be possible, although the farmers would kind of hate that. And the industrialists would be very, very upset. But that, I suppose that would increase the farmers and shopkeeper investment pool contribution. Company workforce dividends would go up a lot. Private construction allocation would go down drastically. So our economic growth would probably slow down a lot. But that could be somewhat more along to our what we want to have. We could also try to go for the graduated taxation. I don't know if that would... It would not really increase our tax... currently, especially since we already are high tax, aren't we? So yeah, it might not help us too much in its current form. We've got the... yeah, we could remove the police force, but I don't know if I want to do that. We could go for isolationism, but I don't think that's going to be very useful either. And we could... no, we're not going to switch the citizenship law right now either. I think we're trying to go for the cooperative ownership, quite frankly. Let's get that one. Another thing that we might be doing today is doing another war against Mexico, because there's a few more states that we might want to get from there. But just as a fair warning, we only have this episode and 4 others on this series before it's time for some EU5. Assuming that my calculations are correct, which they probably are not that far off. Anyway, let's unpause, shall we? We do still have a lack of radios, which we are going to be researching. Well, right now we're researching the telephones. I believe we still got quite a bit of, yeah, we got a decent bit of innovation still. So I suppose we might actually build a couple universities still. Let's have a look at places that have a lot of workforce available. Those Indiana, Idaho, and Durango would probably be okay locations. So down here. Ooh, Bolivian mass immigration to South Dakota. Well, well, well. Did we manage to get the population in West America? Not yet. We are less than 400,000 away, though. And Dakota does count for the areas in here. So these 5 states will then be getting immigrants. I mean, also these 2, but these 5 states in particular will count for the numbers over here. So that's going to be rather handy. Now, we do have GDP of over 500 million, but I reckon it might slow down a little bit once we switch to the cooperative ownership. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, dear. Gold depleted in Nevada. That's a whole lot of them. Okay, so yeah, we've built 11 mines there. Okay. Sure, we'll build those. It's going to be bloody expensive, but we will have a bit of the construction at least done soon enough. Ooh, oil discovered in North Dakota. Excellent. A lot of fighting going on in a lot of places. Now, right now, we're kind of waiting until we've got the radius. We're not going to declare war, but once we do have that, we'll probably be basically out of infamy at that point. And then we're going to do a war against Mexico for at least 3 states, maybe even 4. I think 4 might be a little bit of pushing it, but 3 should be possible. Like, if we can get these 3, for example, that'd be a decent chunk. And then they would be left with 4 more states in there. So that shouldn't be too bad. We'll slowly start expanding the nation a bit further. Oh, and Washington Citizens Association. Okay, so we can get plus 10%, or we can get more political strength. Minimum expecting standard of living from literary in DC. More qualification. I think we're just going to take it to plus 10%. So that's 65% chance of progress in the law now. That's not too shabby. We've got quite a bit of motor industries underway. Which, admittedly, we've got a massive demand for engines. I believe we are the #1 producer of engines, but we also need a whole lot of it. Although, I do wonder, how much of that are we exporting? None. We're importing still a whole lot. I suppose we've got a whole lot of demand for it. Ooh, I'll discover in Missouri. All the oil. Oh, that reminds me. Right, what I can do, is we've got the internal combustion engine. We're going to go ahead and put the oil rigs with the combustion engine derricks. It will increase the engine demand even further, but it will remove all the oil demand over there. Or not oil, the coal demand, and increase the oil production even further. So I think that's fine. Other than the fact that, you know, right now engines are going to be very, very expensive. So that's why we are making more of them anyway. Downside, of course, is right now we don't have a massive population anymore. Like, I think the peasants make only less than 1 million at this point. So, yeah, that's been going down quite a bit. I'm sure that there's still some more jobs that we can save in a few places, but we're starting to hit kind of a limit in here how much we can expand. So we might actually want to start soon enough. Oh, there we go. Now we're making money again. The private sector can take over the construction for a wee bit. But we're going to hopefully... Actually, I wonder, could we afford... No, we can't afford reducing the taxes. Never mind then. We might be having a little bit too much construction speed right now, quite frankly. Admittedly, the investment pool is still over 50 million, so we can keep going for a while, and get a little bit of cash reserves at least. If we're not building anything else, we basically would be making about 400,000. Yeah, we're actually making 400,000 right now. It looks like, okay, Shan is having a revolt, we don't need to take part in that. And Futatoro is also having a civil war, I don't think we need to take part in that either. I forget. So Abyssinia, we could do a bit of wars in here, I suppose. Wouldn't be too difficult. At least get a bit more ground in Ethiopia. But I suppose Warazangali has been colonizing a lot, and that is probably going to be a bit of a limiting factor. We can't get the entire Ethiopia region in here regardless, even if we try. There we go, we're building up a bit of gold reserve. I'd rather get to like maybe 10 million. Also, how's the legitimacy on the... Oh, that is really good legitimacy. Well, well, well. And I suppose the trade unions have more than 50% of the power. Or the clout, so that's really good. Oh. All discovered in Pazazara. Ah, that's in Ecuador and Peru. Confusion and delay. Supporters of corporate ownership of the trade unions, headed by Isaac Philbrick, have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time that is required in order for the law to pass. I mean, we only just started. We could increase the labor movement political activism. That would hit us a bit of bureaucracy, but I think we've got the amount... Ooh, actually. Do you know what? We'll just increase the pop attraction for labor movement. We'll get a bit more authority in exchange. So we'll have slightly less of a problem there. Industrialists are still very, very upset. But yeah, I don't think it's actually going beyond -20, though. I think that is the minimum. Or as far as it goes. Now, what are we actually getting? Oh, there we go, Destroyer. I was just about to have a look. What are we actually getting in the text? So we will be getting... Okay, radio's going to be taking about 2 years. Yeah, we might do a war in Africa, I suppose. Or in Ethiopia, rather. To be more precise. So we can get the radios before we start fighting bigger wars against Mexico and all that. Because telephones are going to be done very shortly. Then we'll need to start building some electric industries. And that's also going to allow us to declare another interest, actually. So, in society, what are we getting in here? Because we can just have a look over here. So, Zeppelins. Ah. Market access price impact. And then airship more imposed. That's, I believe, more prestige, isn't it? Yeah, it's plus 10 prestige. Though I think the trade advantage is actually better for us right now. From the... actually, was it trade advantage or is it just extra bureaucracy? Hold on a minute. Was in Kentucky, the skyscraper. Oh, we got bureaucratic nexus, right. We could go for the trade nexus, actually. And, oh, right, no, actually, because that's basically plus 10 prestige. That's fine, then. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the trade nexus. That's going to allow us to do a lot more trading, which might actually help our economy drastically. Of course, the private sector is doing a whole lot of construction work. Maybe we should, actually, what else do we need? The log, glass, steel, and, of course, the engines. I think what we might actually just do is wait for a little while, gather a bit of cash, so that we can do some warfare. And also, once we get the electric industries, which is just a matter of a few weeks, okay, 10 weeks, just 2.5 months, we'll have that, so we can then start building at least some of those. I don't know how many we're going to build, but at least get some telephone production. We might be able to become the #1 producer. Oh, there is a big war happening again. France and Britain fighting in Africa. Oh, Occitania is the thing. Okay, so Sweden is supporting France. And then, of course, Britain's got their usual cadre of people. I'm going to declare neutrality. Although one of the things that I should probably do is I'm going to try to draft an alliance. Oh, yeah, Italians would be willing to ally me. And maybe get investment rights in there as well. Actually, no. I would like to get... Can I get... Hold on a bit. Investment rights from you. Yeah, we can have mutual investment rights. Sure. What about embassy? Embassy would be too far. Okay, but having an alliance with Italy is probably fine. Having someone to have as a friend in here also. Oh, Toledo Convention. Right, there we go. So, what we do want to do, New Granada is not part of our faction. I do want to start building some buildings in nations that are part of the faction. Now, actually, let's have a look who are part of the faction at this point. So, Abyssinia, East Africa. You know what, actually, I should probably build some stuff in my colonies, quite frankly. Because that would strengthen them. Oh, there's a lot of unemployment over here. Okay, looks like the food industry is fairly profitable in here, so we'll give that another level. But over here, there's... Oh, they're building a class work. I don't know if I can build completely new buildings in here. For example, like a steel mill somewhere. Can we just build that? Ah, no, I can't. I could build some in Abyssinia. But not there. Okay, but I can still upgrade the existing factories at least. I think in Abyssinia we might build it. No, we can't build... Well, we can't build through the buttons over here, I suppose. But through the menu we might still be able to. But let's see, you've got a bit of unemployment in here. You've got plenty of fishing already. There's not a lot of peasants there. Not a lot of unemployment in there either. Oh, in Amhara there's a lot of population. There's a little bit more that we could still build in there. I don't know how... Okay, that cotton seems to be fairly profitable. At least one level, and tobacco would be another one. Maybe a rubber plantation. There we go, so that's going to be a few things. And then in Somalia, or Somaliland, we could go ahead and... Oh, they're building a lot of railways right now, and universities. Okay, good on them. Let's see, so they've got some millet farms in there. They probably don't have a massive amount of food production. Or like grain and all that, but I think we're still going to give them a bit of a food factory there. Oh yeah, it would be pretty profitable. Just a few things to build into the colony to strengthen their economy slightly. Because that also increases the money that we get. Not initially massively, but it does increase it. We are the #1 great power, of course. I think we're #2 there briefly, but back to #1. And we're, of course, also #1 in GDP. And the war has begun. Wait, so who is fighting in this now? Well, no, it hasn't begun yet, but I declare neutrality, of course. So there's the... Oh, the Dutch are also part of this, on the French side. And the Belgians are on the British side. Okay, I think the British side is definitely still the stronger one. Well, I guess they're all going to be busy. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little war down here in Africa. Just to strengthen the... So I suppose if we go for Iceland, is there anyone else that is part of the state? Oh yeah, there is still plenty. That would be a little bit of a... Oh, actually, there is a decent bit of unemployment down. Oh, no, that's on the Iceland side, right. So what we're going to do is we'll just go for a quick annex country. That's only 5 in for me. That's totally fine. They're unlikely to get any help. We'll go for that one. And then we'll just go ahead and send in an army there. Where do we have the armies? Okay, so it's Army of Florida, Europe, once again. Get over there and deal with the enemies. Of course, the colonists in the sense would probably be... Ooh, Abyssinia colonized Equatoria. Oh dear. Okay, there's a bit of potential conflict between the two colonies then slightly, but... Ooh, more oil discovered in Texas. Well, how much do we have there now? It was already pretty high numbers. It's 94 total. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of unemployment in there. How's the population looking like, by the way? Oh, 16.8, almost 16.9 million, actually. So we are so close to getting that completed. Oh, Cuba is having a revolt. Oh. Unregulated automobiles. Due to the spate of accidents, they have been caused to regulate automobiles. People need to adjust. So industrialists would like us a little bit more. Or automobiles should have the right of way. Stricter laws make safer streets. I think, just for the heck of it, we're going to go against the industrialists, so stricter laws. And also, I was going to declare neutrality on the Cuban revolt, although I probably should have a look. Oh, it is a communist revolt. I probably should have actually supported them. Oh well. And that is... Oh wow, that's basically all of Cuba, isn't it? There's just Puerto Rico that isn't. Interesting. Yeah, I probably should have actually joined in there. I could go ahead and give them a bit of a... Oh, they're revolutionaries, so I can't do treaties with them. I'm going to start improving relations with them. Who knows, maybe they can win. Oh, there we go, law process amendment. So we just need 2 more successes on the cooperative ownership and we'll have that. Ooh, right, we got a decision. Grant exhibition. Oh, perfect. I'll get that one. We've just got the telephones. Let's go and build a few of those electric industries. Let's see. So Durango's got a lot of peasants, so we'll build at least 5 of those there. We'll build another 5 in Idaho. Indiana doesn't have infrastructure right now. Wisconsin could get another 5, so that's already 15. And then after that, it gets a little bit low on the peasants. Maybe Indiana's going to get a few. We'll also go and build up a railway or 2 in there. Well, there's a railway already underway. We'll build 1 extra, just to be on the safe side. And now we're starting to research the radius. That's 20 months. And then we'll probably queue up something in the military again. We could go for the raw propaganda. I guess that would be less morale loss. Wouldn't be too bad. We'll get that one then in society. We're getting the Zeppelins. I could go for the international exchange standards. That would be somewhat useful. Political agitation would also be useful. More authority, for example. Or psychoanalysis. I think we're going to go with the political agitation, actually. And grand exhibition, it should be... Yeah, it's going to be the greatest exhibition again. It's going to take 5 years, though, but that's alright. Now we're losing a bit of money, but we did manage to get to 13 million. That's not really that bad. We do have quite a bit of unrealized taxes, though. Where is that? Oh, wait, no. Is that because of the... Actually, I'm not entirely sure where is that tax base coming in. Oh, right, I forgot. It's the current president, isn't it? Yeah, expenditure taser. That's 5% tax base. Alright, then. So that's causing a bit of issues. Oh, we're less than 100,000 people from having the population of West America, population of the West America's journal entry complete. Ooh, electrical capacitors. And some, oh, Rio Grande. Okay, well that's gonna at least leak a little bit of population to Texas, so that will help. Electrical capacitors, so that is gonna be a little bit better stuff for the textile mills, and also better stuff for the explosive factory. So let's go ahead and switch that on where we can. I'll start with the explosives. That's going to require some electricity. If it's, we're going to assemble the ones where it's not going to be profitable. But then also textile mills, we can probably go for the automatic looms where it's profitable, and also electric sewing machines where it's possible. It's not initially everywhere, but it's at least in a few places. We can get a lot more stuff out of it, and of course that also means that the power production is going to be a bit more profitable, hopefully. At least in those states. So now we've got 15 weeks for our first electric industries. Alright, and of course we could declare a few more interests at this point. Well, 2 more total. I'm going to put 1 in Arabia. And then perhaps we'll put 1 in Madras, just so that we can have a bit more interaction with Bengal. I do actually wonder about the ledger. So in terms of prestige, we are just above Britain. Barely, but we are above them. We've got, of course, have much more industry, or much bigger industry, and much better standard of living, larger population. In terms of GDP, they are still number 2, and standard of living, we are the number 1, actually, which is a bit surprising, by quite a wide margin, even. 22, essentially, so yeah. We're not the highest population, though. There's still Russia, Bengal, and Great Jing. Bengal and Great Jing doesn't surprise me, though. That's basically India and China, so... Those are going to be quite populous, but we are number 4, which is not bad. Now, is Italy, since we do have an alliance with them, they are unaligned. And our leverage is growing, perhaps not sufficiently, but it is growing. But they are willing to take the embassy right now, which is a bit of a shame. Right, have our troops gotten to the front line yet? Not quite yet. Oh, Abyssinia's got a huge amount of battalions. They haven't... you know, activated all of them yet, but we've got a lot of troops. Our troops are still on the way to the front line, but I think the front line... Oh, actually, there's not a whole lot of troops on either side there. Yeah, the first battle is, I think... Oh, well, we do still have better troops, for sure. And of course, now our troops are in there. But it's just, our troops are... Well, the colonies units are a bit outnumbered there. But they are still winning the battle. So good on them. Next battle will probably have our troops in there, so that should be pretty easy. How's the investment pool? That is still growing. Oh, wow. That is growing very, very quickly. Hey, law process approval. So 1 more, and then we'll have the corporate ownership. And we're also... Oh, 22,000 people. Okay, make that 18,000 people away from the population in West Americas. And there's the Zeppelins. So let's go and get that on the skyscraper, shall we? There we go, airship mooring. So that's a little bit more prestige. That gives us that little bit leeway ahead of... or a little bit more prestige ahead of Britain. Although it's probably not on much more. Ooh, political agitation is spreading. Okay, so that might be done before we even get to research that. And there we go. Well, that should be the last victory needed. Oh, no, there's still one more. Ooh, South Italian mass immigration to California. Oh. That is going to be a close one then. Yeah, we only need, like... Yeah, there we go. Altitude news. Let's see. Great masses of people now inhabit the American nation, thanks to our effort to attract migration and grow our population. Our words are the voice of a multitude. So 25 prestige, indefinitely. Well, there we go. United Front has been formed by Sweden. Okay. We can go ahead and give this land back to Ethiopia, or the colony in Ethiopia. So that goes to... Oh, that goes to Oromia. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, then that makes sense that there were so many nations there. Wait, Oromia? There's Amhara, Gondar. We didn't actually have any of Oromia yet, did we? No, we did. Okay, so... right, okay, fair enough. It's still considered as a separate area there. Interesting. Up in the air. The pre-airship has been selected as the very special venue for an upper-class ball. The most distinct members of the nation have expressed their opinions on the grandiose machine. Such a shameful eccentricity. This is a scouting war machine, so army offense for 2 years. Well, the cushion, so petty bourgeoisie and industrialists would improve. Or we'll just, we'll just get the trade capacity, quite frankly. We do have a little bit of lack of authority right now, but I'm hoping that we can get some of that eventually. Oh, there we go, there's the electricity, or electric industry is now complete. So, are we the leading producer of telephones? We are, but we definitely need to get some more. I mean, we got, well, I suppose we are exporting a lot. I might want to... Wait, no, we're not producing all that much yet. But we're still exporting a good chunk. There we go, now it's 13. So we're somewhat reliant on that. Okay, so I think what we could do is start finding some locations where we've got... actually, You know what? South Carolina will be the first one. Just for the heck of it. Just the first one that we mouse over there. I'm going to start using the telephones on the government administrations. Just to get that little bit extra in there. And also, we might want to start building a few more. Alright, so they haven't hired all the people yet. Like Indiana could be still fairly profitable, so get some more in there. And also, I think we might want to just get some more power plants. Let's have a look. Where would the earnings be the best? Florida would be okay. There's a high demand for electricity there, so we'll build one there. Although it might just need to hire more people in there in general, and then that would be fine again. There's a few buildings at least. There we go. 557 million. And GDP is still growing, that's for sure. And the standard of living now 22.2. And we might get the corporate ownership right about now. Nope. Coffee talk, on the other hand. Okay, so we can get more popularity for Isaac, who is part of the labor movement, or supports the labor movement as a social democrat. I'm sure you need... I guess we'll go for the... Right, there's a 5% chance that he'll be exiled. We'll get a plus 5% support for the... or success chance for the law anyway. At least. Possibly more. Well, it seems like it was just a 5%. Right, how far are we from getting the radio? There's 14 more months. Okay, so around 1900 is when we can do the war against Mexico. Once we start getting some of the radio production. Because we do need quite a bit of it. Yeah, radio demand is still pretty high there. Ooh, my goodness. We produce 400 telephones now. Ooh, more oil discovered in Pennsylvania. Now, how much do we have in there? We have a total of 28 rigs. Okay. But yeah, population is starting to run very low for us. So we need to start industrializing even further, I reckon. Is there any more buildings that we could maybe do something like that with? To reduce the worker... I do actually wonder, automated irrigation, does that reduce the workers? It does not. It just switches them to be slightly more advanced, quite frankly. Plus, it's going to require even more engines, which we don't really have. I suppose some of the lead mines could start using the transportation. That's going to save us a little bit of workforce. We'll exempt Chihuahua because we don't have enough there. And the coal mines will also do that. We'll exempt the ones that are not necessarily going to be making profit, but yeah. Sulfur mines will... Oh, there we go. All of those are now. There we go. So that should save us a little bit of workforce. We've got now 200,000 unemployed. Okay, well, I'm sure that that's going to smooth out soon enough. Also, do we still have... Oh, the electricity shortage is starting to get pretty harsh. And insufficient construction. Oh, wow. Oh, rapid discovery Oromia. Well, there we go. So this is still separate state. I'm pretty sure that that's supposed to be... Why is the divider in two different states? I mean, they're both controlled by American Abyssinia. Oh, well. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Right, so, we could actually go ahead and remove one of our taxes right now. It might not be great. That's a whole lot of money, but yeah, we're going to remove that tax for now. Is there any better? Coffee is still pretty good, yeah. But no, it's not as good as tobacco. As a tax, that is. Right, we are going to get another roll on the cooperative ownership very shortly. And the radios are still underway. Oh. Anti-North German Associated Mouse action. Embargo against Germany. You know what? Sure. So, who's even in that movement? Or lobby? Oh, it's... Oh, okay. Sure, I guess we can, embargo. Gonna cost us a little bit of influence, but that's alright. There we go, so that demand's been met. And Power National Movement organizes in Texas. They must be concerned with far more grounded things. A clause is coming to town. We're gonna let the industrialist bigger, I guess. So that's gonna give us even more port attraction. And the inaccurate success chance plus 5%. Yeah, we'll let them bigger. So how's the... Oh, it's still 52% for the trade units. Maybe it's gonna go up a little bit, but no, it seems to be somewhat stable. We still haven't got on the law pass, but we are getting very, very close. Do we have elections still? We do. Actually, December 1900 is when the next election is going to be. And we discovered more oil in Oklahoma. Well, there we go. There's still part of Alaska that has been colonized. I'm pretty sure that I can't colonize this, can I? No, because Canada's got... Oh, no, Canada is colonizing. It's just very, very slowly. Ooh, oil discovered in Florida. Excellent. Let me... actually have a look. Do we still have a lot unemployed? We've got 280,000 unemployed. Okay, where are those unemployed, I guess, is the question. Let's have a look at unemployed. New York took quite a few. You know what? Let's have a look at New York then. What do we have in there? Do we have enough... Ooh, we've got some buildings that are in very, very good profitability. But I'm going to go out and start building some electric industries in here. We'll build 5, and then also we'll go out and maybe extend... Well, they could work at the power plant already, but they're not. Oh, that reminds me. What do we need for the electric trains? I guess it's the electric railways research. Yeah, okay. And that's something we don't have yet. It is researchable at this point. What are we getting in the... No, we're not getting any production text right now spreading to us. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. No, we've got plenty of extra innovation to spare. Now we've got nearly 80%, well, 79.1% really, literature rate right now, which is still steadily climbing. It could be better, of course, but it's not the worst. Where do we have very high electricity prices? Let's, for example, have a look at Tennessee. So they got low prices because they're not having anyone work there. Or high prices, rather, because they're not having anyone work there. And that's partially because they don't have a whole lot of jobs available. Or rather, workers available. They got plenty of jobs available. Can we switch to the transportation? I mean, we probably could. That's going to free up a lot of workforce. Yeah, 28,000, which we can then go and work on other jobs. Hopefully, at least one of those is going to be the power plant. Do you hear that too? The invention of telephone has opened the door to great improvements in our communications, or in our electricity industry. So we get all 6,000 programs in radio. Yes, please, we want that. Because we want to get the... Oh yeah, that's now done in 6 weeks. But I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so enjoy this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and next time, bye-bye.